Hey everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Welcome to a new playthrough video. Today I'm playing 2d6 Dungeon. My hero Bryke has now reached level 6 on the dungeon out of 10, so making some good progress. I have quite a good collection of healing potions, some other odds and ends, some lockpicks, a couple throwing items, a couple phasing potions left. So I'm feeling optimistic about this level before I have to return to town and resupply. I do have 97 gold so far, so hopefully the next time I return to town we can maybe increase that. First thing I need to do is roll the starting room. It is going to be a 6x6. Now the rules for the starting room, they're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to roll doubles when you, or if you roll doubles you don't have to, I think for the starting room you don't actually do that. Let me find that because I want to make sure I get it right. So for the starting room, the entrance room. The entrance room is always an area of at least 6 and no more than 12. So if you roll under or over, make it 6. So it is a 3x2 room, and it always has 3 exits that are hallways. So I'm going to start it out just like that. This is the starting room on level 6. And let's get going. So first thing I want to do is I'm going to go left. We're going to see where this leads. I rolled a 5x4 room. So 5 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I do is I frame the room. Then I roll how many exits. 5. Sometimes the room description will override and say there are no exits, but rarely. 5. It's got 2 exits. So what I'll do is I'll place one right here, and I'll place one right here, and seal this room in. Now we have to roll to see what this room is. Now, I'm on level 6 now, so we're going to be changing over to the level 6 tables, which the level 6 normal room, I'm just going to write normal is on level 6 is on page 71, and level 6 small is on page 74, and large is on page 68. Just writing these on here so I don't have to keep referencing this table here. Alright, so this is a normal size room, so we'll go to page 71, roll 2d6, green is high, always with me, and I rolled a 1-3. A 1-3 is piranha nets. 1B. Oh no, this is interesting. Because it's paired with dark pool. 1A. Okay, I'm trying to remember how this works. With the piranha nets, this has always been confusing to me because I'm just not familiar enough. I haven't gotten this deep into the dungeon. So it says room sequences. The exit column has been expanded from level 6 to exit/next. It can now feature an exit room type and a room name indicating a room sequence. Okay, this means that a sequence of rooms will have a theme. When an exit type has a room name beneath it, that is the room you encounter next if you move forward from here, not if you retreat back to a different room. So for example, if you roll the dark pool, proceeding forward to an unexplored connected room, it will be the piranha nets. And then after the seaweed, okay, I got it. So what happens if you roll, it can now feature an exit type. This means a sequence, when an exit type has a room name beneath it, that is the room you'll encounter next, if you move forward from here, not if you retreat back. So you have to encounter the theme room. Okay, I think I understand this. So I rolled for 1B, but I actually have to do dark pools 1A. You have to do it first. And then the next room would be 1B, and the next room would be 1C. This is, again, this is one of the first times I've found this. If you come back to a room that has a room in the next room column, and you have not, so next room, rooms you may roll a room from a room sequence. Okay, these rooms you may roll a room from a room sequence out of order. If so, change that rolled room to for the first in the correlating room sequence. So if you rolled, it's interesting that it happens to be what I rolled. If you rolled piranha nets, then you encounter dark pool. Sometimes you will have left a room sequence incomplete, say rolling a dark pool, but not progressing to the piranha nets. If you then roll up any of that room sequence when rolling for a room type, ignore the results and roll again. To summarize, there are room sequences from level 600 which must be completed together. If you roll any of the rooms in the sequence, start with the first one, the area of the dungeon where they started. Rooms and room sequences are unique and share a theme. You do not have to complete a room sequence. If you roll a small room as the next room, ignore the sequence and continue it when you next roll a large, normal, or large room. If you roll, okay. If you do not, okay, I see. So this is going to be room number 1. I love this game. Always finding new things that are very, very cool about it. So room number 1 is going to be a dark pool. And it is 1A. And it is unique. And it says it has archways. And the next exit is piranha nets. So one of these two will be the piranha nets. And it has to be the large room you roll. A normal or large room. Okay. It says you stand at the edge of a dark primordial pool. The floor is sunken and lined with black tiles. There is no escaping the water. You become soaked if you move forward. The pool continues through. You become soaked if you move forward. So basically I've found this dark pool. And if I enter the room, it says, you begin soaked if you move forward. The pool continues through. So there's nothing here. Okay, so let's go through. I'm not sure what happens next. So let's go, I doubt I'm gonna roll a large room for this one. Let's go through this north one. And I'm gonna gain the soaked. So, ooh, it's a big room, 6 by 5. All right, so 6 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. All right, how many exits? 1 is no exit. It is a dead end. Interesting. And I think that means I won't be able to continue. So room number 2. And I am soaked now. I'll have to write that down somewhere. Let's just write it up here. Soaked. And I'll look up the rules for that in just a moment. All right, this is called piranha nets. You wade into this room and some poles are standing in the water. You see nets attached. Make a precision check, PC 10, to avoid the nets, or you'll release the piranhas and lose 4 HP while you kill them. All right, so a precision check. My precision right now is +3. So I roll 2d6, I add them, and then I add my precision, and I have to beat 10. I got a 12, so I think I easily beat it, and I avoid the piranha pits. So what I'll do is I guess I have to backtrack. But I'm going to double check that one more time because I'm pretty sure it said that if you have to that if you can't continue forward. When an exit, okay, there's a room, for example, if you roll up any room when rolling for room type for a new unconnected, ignore the results. Once a room sequence has been started, it cannot be finished elsewhere. The final room in a room has the word final, so you can identify it. If you roll any of the rooms, starting with the first one, the area of the dungeon, the rooms in the room sequence are unique. You do not have to complete a room sequence when started and can back out. So it does look, yeah, sometimes you will have left a room sequence incomplete. If you then roll, okay, so there's a dead end, and I will not be able to go to 1C, whatever that was. So this was piranha nets. 1B, and it's a dead end. Okay, so we have to backtrack. Let's go through this little hallway. It's got to be a small room or a hallway. It's a small room, 6 by 2. I'll do the best I can, which would be 2 by 6. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2 room. And how many exits? Probably none. Well, it doesn't matter because there can't be. It's too small. All right. We'll roll it up, and it is not a small room, so we go to page 71 and we roll to see what it is. It is a 2-6. This is going to be room 3. And 2-6 is bloodied wall. And is it unique? Yes. Looks like a lot of things are unique here. Someone from the order has painted the wall in blood, and into it marked symbols of Muritani. You can place a correct offering and form a symbol to gain a favor point, but you will become bloodied. I don't want to become bloodied. And it says wood doors, but it doesn't matter because it's dead end. Let's look up soaked, because soaked is one of those conditions that you don't want to be, if I remember right. Meat, precision, making of rations. I know it's back here somewhere. Let's look for it. Soaked. Being soaked works the same as being bloodied, except you must dry yourself by a fire or heat source to remove it. After 8 rooms, instead of a fever, you gain pneumonia and lose 1 hit point for every room you encounter until you are dried. Once dry, I've removed all the ticks on the soak track and carry on. So soaked, I got that when I went in here, so I've explored 2 rooms. So it says 8 rooms, so I'll draw 8 tick marks, and 2 of them are ticked. So I'll get pneumonia at the end and lose 1 hit point for each room after that, but I need to find a heat source. Now I do have a flint, and I can start a fire, but I think you have to have something to start a fire with. I'm not sure. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. All right, so I'm going to backtrack, and does it say for after eight rooms, being said, except you must dry yourself. Usage becomes, you do this on 2, then you tick off bloods. While bloodied, you run the risk of, after encountering 8 rooms while bloodied. So encountering them means you find them. If you've already discovered them, they don't count. Okay, so 2 new rooms. I'm gonna go to the right, and this is going to be a room that is 2 by 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many exits? 3 is 1 exit. I'll put it over here. And in this is another room that I've encountered. So, third one. I got to find something that I can burn or start a fire or a fire going. Let's see what is in this room. So, page 71. That is a 4-3. This is going to be room number 4. And I rolled 4-3, 4-3. 4-3 is a mannequin workshop. And mannequin is spelled unusual, but that's okay. Maybe that's a UK spelling of it. Oh, hold on. It's not the mannequin workshop. This is a sequence. Mannequin workshop is 3C. So this is a dry room. 3A. It is unique. Archways. So this is an archway. That's good to know. Oh, this is awesome. Translucent flames lick up the wall surfaces of this empty space. The hot air probes your mind and body. If you have water in a flask, it dries up. Roll a d6 for each potion you carry. Oh, crap. On a 1 or 2, it dries up too. Man. Well, I think that's enough to get rid of the soaked. If it's hot enough in here to get rid of my potions. So, what I have to do is I have a potion of mighty strength. Does it dry up on a 1 or 2? It doesn't. I have a potion of gain health. It does not. I have 2 potions of extra health. First one, no. Second one, yes. So I have to X out one of those. Okay. I have a potion of further heal. I have 2 of them. No. No. Good. Okay. And I also have a potion. I have 7 potions of phasing. And I've used 2, so 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1s and 2s, they dry up. 2 dried up. All right. 1, 2. That means I have 3 left. Is that all my potions? That looks to be it. Okay. Well, not too bad. All right. There is a room, so next we will be going to a burning orb. Let's see what happens. It is going to be another 2x5 room. Oh, that's cool. They sort of parallel to each other. How many exits? Ooh, 3. Well, I'll put 1 at the top and 1 to the side. And this, room 5, will be called the Burning Orb. The flames still cover the walls here. In the center is a giant orb of blue flame. Inside, you see a chest. You can reach inside and pull the chest out. If you do, roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, you burn your hand and lose 10 XP. Okay, it says there's a chest, but it doesn't tell me which chest table to roll on. So why would I grab inside it? Obviously there's got to be a chest, right? Let's try it. I'm going to reach in. On a 1 to 3, I lose 10 hit health. I don't. All right, so I got the chest. And let's look up chest. Maybe there's a level 6 chest. I don't know. Chest tables 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know. That is odd. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about what type of chest. I know in previous level 5, there were chests of level 3. Yep. Here's one, a chest in the far corner. Petrified Goils on level 5. Choose CT3 plus 3. So I tell you what, I'm going to... Let's see, are there any CT4s for chest type 4? Yeah, there is. Level 6, I do see some CT4s. So I tell you what, we'll play it by 1 to 3, it's a 3. 4 to 6, it's a 4. It's a level 3 chest. All right, so a level 3 chest is on page 22. And level 3 chest. And I don't have a modifier, so I'll just roll straight up, hope for the best. That is an 8. The chest contains 2 empty potion vials, some Zumeros leaves, Ilios petals, and cabbage leaves. So I've got some more Zumeros and Ilios. I've got Zumeros and Ilios. Excellent. And Ilios. All right. And the cabbage leaves. Let me write that down. You never know when you might need some cabbage. All right. And then finally, I'll go through this door. Actually, let's go through the north door. It's a corridor, so it will not lead to a room. It goes 1 and 4 up. So 1 over, we'll have it go this way, and 4 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where does it lead? Remember, the next big room, there wouldn't be a big room here, so I'm following that, would be the next portion of this. Another one, we'll just go 3 up again. All right, keep going. A large room, 5 by 3. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up 3. How many exits? I'll re-roll that. 5 is 2. Yeah, 2 exits. We'll put 1 going north and 1 going west and seal this up. All right, this will be room number 6, and this will finish the burning orb sequence, which is going to be the Mannequin Workshop. This is the one I originally rolled. Mannequin Workshop. It is unique, and it says it has curtains for the exits. All right. Magical flames surround this room. In the center is a tall mannequin. 2 people seem to be working on it. You must fight a puppeteer and an Efflux Kriar. If you survive, roll CT3 plus 3 and rune 1. Okay, so a puppeteer and an Efflux. Let's go grab those guys. All right. The puppeteer, level 4. Efflux Kriar is a level 5. And the puppeteer, I don't see the puppeteer. Where are you, puppeteer? It may be a lower level. Nope, it's not there, so it might be a level 4 or 3. Let's see, puppeteer. It's not a level 1. It's not a level 2. Level 3. All right, there we go. I've learned you have to look around for these enemies. All right, so I'm going to be fighting 2 enemies this round. And let's see. The puppeteer has 16 health. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And the Efflux has 28. We'll just do 7 times 4 rows for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'll just do 4 rows as we need them. All right. The puppeteer gets 1 shift. I'll move him right here. He gets 1 shift. And the Efflux gets 2 shift. And puppeteer blocks on, controls movement on primary 2s, 3s, and 4s. 2, 3, and a 4. And also 2, 3, 4, plus a special defense. The puppeteer controls your next attack by reducing the damage by 2. Interesting. Okay. That's if he blocks. All right. And then the Efflux, 2 shift, 28 health, psychic shield primary 4 and 5, and secondary 6s. Okay. Not the greatest. I'm going to go after the weak guy, and the first thing I'm going to do is I have a throwing axe, which I will toss at him. It automatically hits and does a d6 damage, but he might block it. So let's see. I still have to roll. I still roll to see if he blocks it. Does he block on any secondaries? He does not. The 4, he deflects it, so it breaks. So that and I don't get that back. All right, so the first round, I will attack him. I come at him with my, I think it's a, what do I have, the mace? I think I have the mace. I rolled a 3, 4. With a 3, 4, and 3 shift, I have 3 shift now since I leveled up. I could get a 4, 4, which is d6 plus 4, and he does block on primary 3s, so I don't like that. I could get 2 and lower this by 1, which would be a primary 5, which he doesn't block on. So I will use my 3 shift to raise this to 5 and lower this to 3. It does d6 plus 5 damage. 1 plus 5 is 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can only fight 1 enemy at a time, but when you fight 2, they both attack you. So the puppeteer will come at me and rolls a 2, 1. With 1 shift, he cannot make this a 4, 1, so he misses. The Efflux swings at me, or comes at me, with a 1, 4. With 2 shift, he can get this to a 1, 2. He could get that to a 3, but not a 3. So yeah, the best he can do is a 1, 2. It is a mental blast. It is d6 plus 4 damage. Wow. And I do block on a primary 1 at -2, so it's going to do d6 plus 2. 7 damage. I'm down to 41. All right, that is it for them. My turn. 2. I will come at the puppeteer. I rolled a 6, 2. With 3 shift, I could get this to a 6-5. He does not block on a primary 6. And this does d6 plus 7 damage. 3 plus 7 is 10. 4, 8, 10, and he is dead. Excellent. All right, the F-Lux comes at me with a 2, 3. With 2 shift, the one that does the most damage for him is the Mental Blast. You always want to try to pick the one that does the more damage, which in this case is Mental Blast. Even if I chose Static Shard, I block on a 1 and a primary 1 and a primary 3. So I'll just choose the 1, 2. So he, with 2 shift, he can lower this to a 1 and this to a 2. And he does d6 plus 4 minus my 2. So d6 plus 2. 6 damage. I am down to 35. Okay, 35. Round number 3. I come at him with a 4-4. That is an automatic, that is a match. He cannot block on it. Or he does, but I think when you roll an exact, when you roll an exact, you add your shift. But he also subtracts off -2. So it's going to be a d6, but I could modify that and get around. He blocks on a 4 and 5. If I get this to a 6 and a 5, he won't block on any of it, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my 3 shift to change this to a 6-5, which does d6 plus 7 damage, and he does not block on a primary 6 or a secondary 5. I do 1 plus 7 is 8 damage, so a whole row gone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 damage gone there. All right, he comes at me. Oh, that's not good. 6-6 is a prime attack. A wave of fire erupts from the temple, engulfing you. Lose 2d6 health. 9, down to 26. Man. Ooh, that was good. That was a good one. All right. Let's see. I come at him. It's round number 4. And we each get a bonus 1 shift. So now I have 4 shift. I rolled a 3-2. With 4 shift, I could get this to a... I can't get it to a 6-5, but I can get it to a 5-3. He will still block on it, but that's the best I can do. I'll raise this to a 5, raise this to a 3 with a total of 3 points. That's the best I can do. And it is a 5-3, which does d6 plus 5, but he subtracts 2, so it's d6 plus 3. 9 damage. Take it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's almost gone. He comes at me with a 4-5. With 3 shift, he could get this to a. He could 1, 2, 3. He can get us to a 3-3, but he can't get it to a 1-2. No. So he'll change it to a 3-3, which does d6 plus 3, and I subtract 2 because I block on a primary 3. So d6 plus 1. 2 damage, down to 24. All right, turn number 5. 2 bonus shift. I rolled a 6-1. With 5 shift, I can get this up to a 6-5, which does d6 plus 7 damage. He does not block on a primary 6 or secondary 5. d6 plus 7. 4 plus 7 is 11 damage. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and he is dead. All right, I try to keep these under 30 minutes, so in the next video, I will resolve their treasure and XP, and then we will continue moving into this dungeon to see what comes up. This is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back in a week. Everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.